Hey friends, my name is Fernanda, and today we will read about a lion who disappears into his cave at night. The book we're reading is called The Lion and the Little Red Bird. This book is written and illustrated by Liza Clevin. This means that she wrote the book and that she drew all those pictures. Okay, let's begin. One afternoon, the little red bird saw a lion with a bushy green tail, as green as the forest. The bird had never seen anything so unusual and so pretty. Just looking at it made her happy. So here's the lion and here's his tail. The bird really likes his tail. "Lion, lion," she said, "why is your tail so green?" The lion didn't understand the bird's language. He thought she was simply chirping. He smiled at her. So, if you think about it, the lion and the bird sound very different. I think this might be why the lion doesn't understand what the bird is trying to say. And wandered down to a field of orange flowers. The bird watched him roll and sniff, and chase butterflies. Here's the bird watching the lion chase butterflies. Then slowly walk west, with the setting sun, and disappear into a cave. The bird waited on a tree nearby. She wanted to see the lion's green tail again, but the lion did not come out of the cave. So the bird made herself a soft nest and slept through the warm, starry night. So the lion is disappearing into the cave, and when you disappear, you can't really see him anymore. So the lion's waiting outside to see the lion's tail again. In the morning, the lion came out, swishing his tail, which was no longer green, but orange as a flower, orange as a butterfly, orange as the setting sun. "Lion, lion," the bird chirped, astonished, "why is your tail so orange?" Again, the lion did not understand the bird. He smiled at her. So when you're astonished, you're surprised, and the bird is surprised because the lion's tail isn't green anymore. For some reason, it's orange. I wonder why. Okay. And he climbed over the hill and up the mountain to a deep blue lake beneath a bright blue sky, where he soaked his tired paws while the bird splashed nearby. Here's the bird splashing in the lake, and here's the lion's paws. At the end of the day, the lion climbed back down the mountain over the hill and home to his cave. The bird settled down in the tree, wondering as the sky darkened about the lion and his orange tail. But in the morning, the lion's tail was no longer orange. It was blue as the brightest blue sky, blue as the deep mountain lake where he'd soaked his paws. "Lion, lion," the bird chirped enchanted, "how did your tail change from orange to blue? Are you a magician?" The lion just smiled. So a magician is someone who does magic tricks, and the bird thinks that the lion might be a magician because his tail keeps changing colors. And ambled over to a bush full of shiny red berries. They were beautiful berries, but very sour. "Lion," the bird chirped, making a face, "those berries are still too sour to eat. Why didn't you pick them when they were ripe?" The lion just smiled, thinking of how much he liked the bird's jumping company. So the lion ambled, which means that he walked very slowly to the bush, and the berries are sour. When you think of sour, it's almost bitter. I'm thinking of lemons, because lemons are very sour. All afternoon, the lion picked berries, while the bird nibbled sunflower seeds nearby. Once, when the lion stepped on a thorn, the lion pulled it out for him. A thorn is something that grows on a plant, so you can think of roses almost. This bush had thorns, and I think the lion accidentally stepped in one, so now the bird is helping him take it out. At sundown, the lion swished his tail goodbye and returned to his cave. The bird settled down to her nest. She wondered what the color of the lion's tail would be in the morning. She wished he would answer her questions. So sundown is when the sun sets, and this is usually around nighttime. This is actually always around nighttime, not usually. Okay. During the night, a storm came. Thunder crashed and lightning flashed. Rain swept away the bird's nest. Hearing the noise, the lion rushed out and reached up into the tree, where the lion crouched shivering and scared. He lifted her down. So here's the lion trying to get the bird out of the storm. I think the bird is really scared because he's outside and he has no protection. And carried her into the cave. The cave was warm and colorful. The walls were filled with pictures of green forests, orange flowers, butterflies, sunsets, a bright blue sky, and a deep blue lake. Wow, look at the pictures. I think they're really pretty. I wonder who put them there. Lion, lion, the bird chirped delighted. How did these pictures get here? The lion smiled, dipped his tail into a bowl of shiny red berry juice, and painted a picture of the bird chirping on a berry bush. The bird sang while the lion painted. She sang a song without any questions, full of color and joy. The lion had never heard anything so unusual and so pretty. Just listening made him happy. So now he knew why the lion picked all the berries even though they weren't ready to eat. He picked them so that he could draw on the wall with his tail. Okay. In the morning, the storm was past. The rolled stone fresh and bright. The lion's tail was berry red, and the little bird knew why. She sang her happiest song. So now the bird knows that the lion's tail changes colors because he's painting inside of his cave. And wondered what the lion would paint that night. So when you wonder, you're very curious about what's happening, and the bird wants to know what the lion's going to paint next. Okay, boys and girls, that's everything for today. Thank you for reading with me.